Welcome to Orderly Disorderly Crochet today. Christy is not here because she took a shower, was getting ready to be on her way, and her dog, she thinks, tried to crawl under the fence and cut itself on the chain link, and so she has to go take the dog to go get stitches. So thoughts, prayers, good vibes, naked bonfire dancing for Christy's dog. So instead, today, I have a very special guest. I have my 15-year-old, or about to be 15-year-old, oldest, and he is going to be working on the chain stitch. And we threw together a random topic, which Christy and I might touch on again in the future, but we did briefly touch on it a little bit with the conspiracy theories last week when she did Lake Champlain's monster camping. We're doing American cryptids today, and I'm still working on my shirt. I've got one sleeve done, and it has a slight bell sleeve, which, yep, it can be seen at the end, and I should be finished with it tonight. So I was filming a video. It would have been Tuesday, and I get up for my job between 3 and 3:30, and then I don't get home 6:30, 6:45, and Tuesday I was like, I'm going to film a short video to put on YouTube, just a short. And there is 45 minutes of me snoring that had to be deleted because I did 2 rows and fell asleep and did not realize that I had fallen asleep. And I keep looking out the window because it looks like, oh, there's water dripping. We have had fog and frost 3 days straight, so everything's kind of melting out now. Are you going to say hi to everybody?
Hello.
Or are you going to say hello to everybody much more nicely than that? Because you sound miserable. You're the one that volunteered for this. Concentrating. He has never really crocheted before, and he is working on a chain stitch. And I told him he only has to do a chain stitch, and if he is a future guest, he will just make a really long chain, and we will tie up things. My dad had 5 miles of chain stitch when I first learned, so, and that might be a little bit of hyperbole, but not that much. So do you want to pause doing that real quick, and you can tell us your first monster, and then I will do my cryptid, and then you can do your last one?
Alright, so first cryptid I have is the unknown cryptid, the Dover Demon, as called by locals. It is a 4-foot tall, large creature. It has long legs, sharp claws, and is usually grappled to something.
What do you mean grappled?
It will hold onto something when it's seen. It's usually seen on trees, it's been on ruined buildings.
It just like freezes and holds onto something?
Yeah.
Like Velcro?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
It has large glowing eyes, typically orange, but it has been seen to have green eyes, sometimes red. It has a watermelon-shaped head, which is awkward. But
so I'm picturing like this little furry Tasmanian devil thingy.
it is actually reptilian.
With literally a head in the shape and color of a watermelon, and really long claws, like a three-toed sloth, like claws, and it's kind of bubbly. That's what I'm picturing in my head.
That's what I'm.
You picture the wobbly head too?
It has no mouth and no nose, and it's typically docile. It's not been known to be hostile. It's been seen on 4 occasions, and no one's really known what it is. Some speculate that it's just a lemur, which is
not indigenous to the U.S., but I'm aware of.
But there is illegal trade there, exotic trade there, so it could.
It's everywhere in the U.S., but yeah, you're right. Like, I guess a lemur could. Their heads really aren't that watermelon shaped, though.
Okay. Maybe it has tumors or something.
That's fair. You know, like the jackalope. I don't know if anyone else knows what a jackalope is. Jackalopes are pretty prevalent up in the sandhills and in like South Dakota, North Dakota. And please excuse the barking dogs. And they are rabbits, described with like antelope horns or antlers. And it's actually, I think, to be derived, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a type of tumor that grows on rabbits, and it'll actually give them like antler-like appearances on their heads. So when they're shot and then taxidermied and stuff, you can keep the tumors, and it does make it look like it's a jackrabbit antelope cross. And there's all sorts of like local myths and stuff about it. It's kind of interesting, but there is actually tumors growing on them to give them that appearance. But anyway, so if it's not malicious or anything, why do they call it a demon?
I don't know. It basically just vibes and freezes.
It vibes and freezes. Just
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know why it's got glowing eyes. Also, you usually see that among like scary cryptids, like.
So owls have like a weird tissue in the back of their eyes. So when light flashes on owls, they it'll glow in like reddish, orangish colors and stuff. And there's other animals that do have that same kind of tissue, but yeah. So they're just calling this poor thing a demon, and he's just minding his own business. They could have called it anything besides the Dover demon, and they're like, nope, that's a demon, and this thing's just trying to like hang out and do its own thing, and they're just gonna maliciously and malevolently call it names.
Well, hey, being Dover, what rhymes with Dover, or what goes good with Dover?
The Dover Rover. He just chills and he kind of wanders around a little bit. I feel like the Dover Rover would apply. So the cool thing about crocheting is that you can undo that stitch. It's the one where the yarn didn't split, and then you can redo it. You were about to like rage quit.
I was about to be like, okay, I tried. Bye.
Bye. Just screw the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so are you done with the Dover Demon?
Yes, that is all I could find because there's 4 accounts of this dude. He's not too famous.
I've only briefly heard of him, but that's because I came across him when I was researching mine for this, because we only spent like 15 minutes doing research on these because it's kind of last minute. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to film like a short, and he was like, well, I'll do it, and I was like, okay, well, we need a topic, because Christy and I usually have a topic that we talk about, and so we talked about like mythology, but eventually settled on cryptids. So I did, and please forgive my pronunciation. If there's any Lakota speakers that would like to correct me, I would love to know for sure. But it's called the takuhe, and it's like a Bigfoot type creature in South Dakota. No, that's in Puerto Rico. But the takuhe is sometimes called a guardian of the land, and sometimes he is a malevolent or vicious creature who hunts on not just animals but also humans. However, most of the reported sightings, which mainly come from the 1970s, he was really big in the 70s. That disco must have really did it for him.
Probably would have been me.
It's more omnivorous, and there haven't been any actual like human attacks, although one guy did say that the sight of the creature gave him seizures, and the women that took him to the hospital also saw the creature. He is described as being a very big, hairy man. He is taller than the average human, which I'm not sure what the average human is in today, like an average
Probably
man.
5'10", 5'11".
I would say probably about 6 foot. I think most of the men I know are between like 5'11" and 6'2". Grown men, not your 15-year-old ass. And anyway, so he's supposed to be hairy, and he's very gorilla in shape. Like his arms apparently go down past his knees, but he has very short, kind of bandy legs, really big feet, and 5 toes on everything.
I'm just thinking of a cartoon character right now.
Oh, from like Sing, like
Yeah.
the gorillas, and yeah, like that's kind of how they describe him a little bit. And I did come across 2 different sources that said that the name takuhe is supposed to mean either what is this or big man. So if someone could give me an actual valid definition of that, that would be fantastic. He is known to have mutilated farm animals and other animals in the 70s. They said that they came across a whole bunch of different creatures where the sex organs had been destroyed and the blood drained out of their bodies. and some people say it was ritualistic in manner, so no one's 100% certain.
Maybe cults could just be a sex-driven monster.
Yeah, like, but it's not like it's having, like, relations with these creatures. It's
just
mutilated sex organs.
No, it's just like my organs now.
Or, they also think that if it's not ritual, it might just be the creature kind of marking his territory. But I think that's still such an odd thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Like
dogs, they'll just pee on something, like, that's my area.
Right?
My area, not rip out someone's...
Let me just cut off your Johnson, and no one's gonna know, or everyone is going to know to not come here. Like, that's not, I don't think that's how that works.
It's such an awkward way to scare people off. I mean, it would scare me off.
Yeah, I think it's an effective, it's odd, you're right, very odd, but it is an effective form of, like, don't go in there because...
something will get you, like, balls or something.
Yeah. What else? I took some notes. He is apparently really intelligent, though, like, very smart, can use tools.
Right.
He avoids humans, though, so I would like to know how they know this. And he also can mimic human sounds, like whistling and laughing. He can sound like kids playing.
Oh, that's damning.
Okay, so kids playing would be really creepy. Like, if I'm out camping in the woods and I just randomly hear kids playing and I don't have kids with me, I would pack up and go. Like, no,
I'd just
thank
go.
you.
Like, shucks, I lost my $50 tent. I'm gone.
You wouldn't even pack up your tent?
No,
I'm gonna leave the $150 worth of meat. I mean, I know it's only 2 packages of hot dogs, but we're gonna leave it, and we're leaving now.
Out of that, or I'm going to bring like a 6 gauge or something, like explore.
6 gauge isn't a thing, dude.
4 gauge.
Like a 12 gauge.
12 gauge, 4 gauge.
I don't think you know what you're shooting, bud.
I want something that'll shoot and kill, not just something that'll pepper.
I want something very big.
I want to be that guy that just sits there going.
But he can also mimic other sounds of animals too, like. Oh,
great! We're randomly in the middle of the day.
Okay, even if it wasn't the takuhei who was making that noise, if I heard an owl in the middle of the day like that, and it's not during a solar eclipse, I would be freaked out too. Like, I would think, and I am not one of those people that think owls are bad luck. Different cultures around the world, some of them view owls as good luck, and some of them view owls as bad luck. But if I hear an owl at noon in July on a sunny day without a solar eclipse, okay, I am not leaving my house for the rest of the day. I am staying my happy ass inside, because an owl during the daylight, that's like asking for bad luck.
And it's like, hey, I'm right here, demons, come get me.
And real demons, not the Dover demon, right? Not that poor guy who's just being maligned.
I feel bad for that guy. And he doesn't even have a correct name yet. They just call him Dover Demon because he's just in Dover and he looks demonic. Okay. Which he doesn't even look that demonic.
Okay, yeah, but what makes, like, so what do you think of when you hear the name demon?
I think of...
Like, what do you picture in your head? If I said, there is a demon following you, what is the mental image that you have?
You ever hear of the Goat Man? Goat Man's Bridge?
Yeah, I think so.
I picture that creature.
Okay, so describe it, like...
Goat legs, goat face, wings of like a lizard, like... That's probably not... Bat.
Oh,
bat
wings of a bat? Okay.
Yeah. And like
I thought you said rings, and I was really confused.
Yeah, rings of a bat.
Yeah, I was baffled. So, like...
Batful.
So, you have, so you're picturing, like, a walking bipedal goat with bat wings.
And a forked tail.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I'm picturing something a little bit more reptilian, but probably like the same thing with some horns, maybe bad breath, like a really bad odor, kind of involved with it.
That's kind of ironic that you said something reptilian.
But like, that's the mental image that I have, and
not some like.
Yeah, I'm not picturing some bobble-headed watermelon-shaped dude just kind of freezing to whatever he's on at them. Like, that's not what I picture.
Like, the dude won't even run away. He'll just like...
That's a very sad demon. If that's a demon, that poor guy, someone needs to get him in, like, some anxiety medication, get him in therapy. Like, his self-esteem needs kind of picked up a little bit. Like, I feel so bad for him.
Maybe Dover's just that scary to him.
Well, I mean, humans are absolutely, utterly terrifying. So,
Malice is the one true emotion of the humans.
Do what?
Malice is the one true emotion of humans.
What is?
Malice.
Oh, malice. Yeah, because I don't think most animals have malice. I would agree with that.
They're just surviving. We just
Okay, but there are the man-eaters. Like, if you think about that, like sharks and lions and stuff that get a taste for human flesh.
Well, if they get a taste, then well, that's because we got malice in our blood.
Oh, you think it's like, in all seriousness, you think it's something?
That would probably explain a lot of it.
I could see that. Although, like the Ghost in the Darkness, which is one of my favorite movies, they think it was more of they had issues like deformed jaws, and that's why they started hunting humans so prevalently. It happened in Savo, Africa, in like the late 1800s.
You ever seen Zoo?
Yes, I've seen Zoo. But anyway,
like with defiance people and stuff.
So they had these lions killed like 150 people or something like that. Like, it's an outrageous number.
Mm-hmm.
But scientists now think that it was just a matter of their deformed jaw, and we're just softer than animals that the lions would actually eat. But
Or
there's
like a
debate.
rhinoceros, or it's just a lot easier to catch a human that can run 20 miles per hour than a zebra that can run 40.
Well, it is a lot easier, but again, it's also a lot easier to eat. We don't have.
We're chewy.
Yeah, we're a lot chewier. I mean, not that I've ever eaten a person, but
I imagine it'd be like call it sadistic, but I imagine it'd be like super crunchy.
Humans?
Yeah, like crunchy and chewy.
Why would it be crunchy?
Well,
How are you
bones.
cooking your people? I'm not eating the bones.
I am.
Why are you eating the bones?
I eat the bones of animals. I don't eat the bones of humans.
I don't eat the bones of animals. Like,
I go Indian way. Everything is eaten or used.
Okay, that's fine. I can use the bones for tools. I'm not eating them.
You just want to have a random skull as like a club or something in your house?
Yeah. Do you know how freaked out people would be if I'm swinging a lion skull or a human skull at their face?
That would actually be bad.
They'd be freaked out, wouldn't they?
Or you're wearing the lion skull or something?
Yeah, like it would not be cool. I mean, I would probably boil the bones for broth, to be fair. I would use them like that.
You should still technically eat them.
Yeah, but I'm not crunching them.
Me personally, I like the crunch. I like crunchy stuff.
Okay, so we've established if we have to go cannibalistic, we don't let him cook.
Why not?
Because no one wants crunchy food.
Darn.
Not like that.
Or Persephone might. Persephone might just eat them raw.
Okay, that's fair, but there's a reason she's named Persephone.
Devil. That's the true Dover devil.
She's never been to Dover.
That's the true American devil.
Anyway, so yeah, do you have any questions over the Takuhe?
That's a very strange name.
It's from the Lakota language. Look at you go. You're cruising right along. I think it's a lot easier than what you thought it was going to be.
I guess it does. Like, you get older, you get wiser and more patient. Barely, but more patient. And I guess I'm also open to topics now, so.
But Takuhe is actually supposed to come from the Lakota language. And like I said, I'm not 100% certain on the pronunciation of it, so I could be pronouncing it wrong, which I apologize for. You probably twisted it.
What did I do?
It's magic or a curse. Okay, so you had one more?
I have the Loveland Frogmen, which is an arbitrary name for what they do.
So he's not a frogman?
No, it is not a Loveland. It's not a lovey-dovey.
Oh, it's not lovey? Okay.
It is typically found in three groups, like three people. Three figures are usually seen. It's a group of three. These guys.
Always a group of three?
Yes.
Okay. They
do not move without their homies. Usually 3 feet tall, and they are very, very aggressive. Women will be swimming in the river and suddenly...
Okay, what state is this?
This is around, like, in the Great Lakes, and...
Oh, okay. So I need to just not go to Michigan or Wisconsin or Ohio.
Hopefully this doesn't get demonetized. They will actually, like, cuddle with a little struggle with women that are swimming through.
Okay, so...
Like, they are not lovey-dovey.
Assaulty.
They are bipedal. One man shot him, and they, like, just pooped. Like, he shot it and pooped. It was a deputy, I think.
Why'd you say deputy so weird?
Deputy.
You're like a deputy.
Deputy. God, enunciate. Anywho, they're malicious and disgusting. Women who get attacked will usually have a green mark stuck to them that will just permanently pigment the skin. So,
like a constant bruise?
Yeah. Like,
does it hurt or is
no, it's just stuck to them.
Just a green mark.
Basically. Women who go swimming are like, with that mark are usually never attacked again, so maybe it's to
Mark territory or something?
probably. Their bipedal tends to be on Kemper Road around Michigan.
Okay, so don't go swimming in Michigan. Noted. I will never go on a cruise. I will never go swimming with dolphins, and I will never go swimming in Michigan. So
Every amphibious animal just wants to.
yeah. Well, not everyone. I mean, alligators and crocodiles just want to eat you, but
Well, not even. They just want to relax, and you should get in their mouth.
yeah. I suppose they.
You see,
If it were up to alligators, they would just lay there and food would crawl in, and then that would be.
Hey, zookeepers would be holding them up and just like, I'd bite you if you're sticking your hand in my mouth.
I mean, I do white people who stick their hands in my mouth, so.
Their eyes will glow. They're bright red or bright green.
Oh, I forgot to say that about the takuhe.
You did say that.
That his eyes glow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his eyes glow red or yellow.
One guy did take a picture, and it's actually pretty freaky. In the corner of the picture, there's a weird person-like thing with glowing red eyes. I think Dad's on this way. I just saw his.
No, because he had to go. No, because he had to go to Lincoln. So.
Oh, it could just be a different dude. Hopefully, it's not a different dude calling himself Dad.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
The imposter. Okay, so I had Seven Nation Army in my head, and that's what you started with, and then you went to. No, yours actually sounded more like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Do you think we'd get copyrighted if we started like humming that or whatever?
Like,
Yeah, like, I feel like we're going to get like taken down or something.
Well, we're not trying to like.
YouTube, don't do it. Please.
Don't do it. You say that like we're already monetized, and we are not already monetized.
They can sense us. They can sense it.
Like the fact that the FBI has me on a list because they're sure I'm going to start a cult.
Yeah, or me. My cult's going to be just eating crunchy people.
Eating crunchy people, that's going to be your cult. Like, that's what you're going with.
The god of crunchy people.
Okay, so why do you think they always travel in packs of 3?
Easier to gang up, considering the fact that they're like 3 feet tall.
That's true. You did say that they were like. So I have a super tall dude, and you have like super short dudes. Because like the.
And they're complete opposites of the.
Yeah, because even the Dover Demon wasn't that big, right?
No, it's 4 feet tall. So. Dorian height.
So yeah, they're not parts. So yeah, I've got.
Well, I want to see Dorian square up with the Dover Demon.
Yeah, that would be mean to the Dover Demon.
No, cause
actually, both of them would like to vibe. So like the Dover Demon would probably freeze for a little bit, and then Dorian would just be like just bopping his way.
Bebop.
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 Anyway, so yeah. Well, how far did you get on your chain?
My chain?
Hey, you're getting there. Well,
like arm's length.
Longer than arm's length, like almost a full wingspan. Like that's pretty good. So we have been doing, or we started the last video, and I kind of want to go with that. A random fun fact of the day for our videos. Do you have a fun fact? Like weird fun fact.
There's a lizard that will shoot blood out of its eyes in a defensive maneuver.
The horned toad.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. There's a werewolf frog too.
There's also
that'll break its own bones.
Yeah, I was just about to say that they'll
like,
break their own bones.
Or not werewolf. Yeah, it's like a werewolf or a Wolverine.
What I call it? The shanking frog.
The shanking frog.